Let us now understand how Node.js module actually work behind the scene. If you want to become independent and great Node.js developer, then you should know how Node.js modules will be working behind the scene. And before watching this complete lecture, you should be having understanding of all the concept which we have learned earlier. You should know different patterns of import, export, what is module.exports and export, what is wrapper function, what is module scope, what is module caching. If you have understanding, then easily you can understand how requiring modules will be working in Node.js. So now, if you have watched all the lectures, then you will be knowing from where does we get access to this required function. If you know this, then you can paste the answers in comment section. So we have this understanding in Node.js, each and every file will be treated as separate module, and Node.js will be using common JS module system and ES module system. And I have shown you both the module system. If you have not watched, just revisit and just glance these videos. Using this common JS module system to import and export data, we will use this required function exports or module.export. But using this ES module system, we will use import and export. And we have seen for ESM module, whenever we are creating file, we have to give the extension as .mjs. And we are having the second way that inside package.json, you have to add the property type for which you have to assign the value module. So now the question is, what happens as soon as we require a module in another module? So these are the 5 steps which will be happening behind. First, we are going to get the path of the required module and it will be loaded in the file. After that, wrapping happens and then module will be executed and then module exports will be returned and finally the entire module will be cached. Now briefly, let us understand what happens when we require a module. First, resolving and loading will be happening. And now we already know inside module, we have this 3 types of modules: core module, local module and third party module. So till now we have seen local module, but we have this other type of module which we are going to see in future. This core module we will require in this way, and these are built in which are already installed in Node.js. Then we are having local modules which we have seen. We have to give the relative path, we have to give dot slash, and accordingly we have to give the file path. Then third party modules, packages which we install from npm, simply we are just going to require this package. So now how Node is going to decide which module to load? So what it will do, first it is just going to begin with the core modules. So what it will do, first it is just going to begin with the core modules. If it is a core module, then simply it is going to load core module. And second, if our path is starting with dot slash or dot slash, whatever relative path we are giving, Node.js will attempt to load this local modules. If the file is not found, what Node.js will be doing? It is just going to locate folder which is having index.js file. And for some reason, if you are not having any file, then simply it is going to throw the error. Then finally, Node.js will look into this node modules directory where it is going to find the module. And inside this node modules, we will have all the modules which we will be installing from third-party modules. So this is how Node will decide which module has to be included inside the file. Once it gets, it's simply going to load the data inside another module. And once our module is loaded, what it will do? It is just going to wrap our entire module inside this special wrapper function. It is also called as IFI. And inside this wrapper function, we get access to this 5 different arguments. So now you have the question. Inside this wrapper function, we have access to required. And from here, we will be getting access to this required function. And in between this wrapper function, we will have all the code which we have written inside the module. And this is very important because whatever variables you are creating in one module, you can also use the same variable in another module. You will not be having any conflicting issues. For example, imagine you have used the variable Slugify and you are using the npm package Slugify, and in that also you are having the variable Slugify. So what happens? You will be having the conflicting issues. If this wrapper function was not there, then simply your code is not going to run. So that is the reason in Node.js, to avoid that conflicting issues, each and every module behind the scene, they will be wrapped inside this wrapper function. So here, this export is nothing but it is just reference to module.exports, which is used to export object from a module. And this required function, it is used to require modules. Then we have module, it is just going to reference to current module. Then we have this file name, it is just going to give absolute path of the current modules file. Then we have this div name, it is going to give directory name of the current module. So each and everything and in detail we have understood all these arguments. After wrapping our module inside this wrapper function, third step, this module wrapper function will be executed in Node.js runtime. Till this point, the required function has been called with the module name as the argument. Okay, an argument is nothing but the path of the module which has to be loaded in another module. So till here, what we have seen, the required function will be called with the module name as the argument. Simply, we will be passing the file path which has to be included in another module. And after that, it is just going to resolve the file path, and then our entire module will be wrapped inside this wrapper function, and then our wrapper function will be executed in Node.js environment. And now what required function will be doing? It is just going to return something. And what it will return? It is simply going to return exports of the required module. Whatever module we have required, it is simply going to return export of that module. Now here I am having module 1 and module 2. What I am doing? I am just requiring module 2 inside module 1. So what I have to do? First, I have to export from module 2 whatever data I am having. I have to export from module 2, and then finally entire data of module 2 will be imported to module 1. This is how we will share one module data to another module. So here required function is going to return exports of the required module, and this is my required module, module 2. So simply it is going to return exports of the required module. Then this module.export is the returned object. Okay, you have to remember this module.exports is the returned object. So that is the reason instead of this directly if we assigned exports to the object, we got the result as empty object. So very important point, module.export is the returned object. Now you can use this module.export if you want to export one single variable or one function. Okay, in this way. And you can use export if you're having multiple named variables. If you're having exports.add, export.sum, export.multiply, in that case, you can use exports. So this is how our entire importing data from one module to another module will be working. Once all these four steps are done, last step, our modules will be cached. No matter how many times you load the modules, you will have the same result. Why? Because first time when we are just requiring the module, it is just going to make a cache, and each and every time when we require the same module, we will have the same result. And whatever code we are having inside the module, that will only be executed in the first call. And multiple times, if we are just calling that module, the result we are simply going to get from the cache. This is how behind the scene, how requiring modules will be working. If you want to become Node.js developer, then take your time and understand this logic because it is very important for you as a beginner to understand this complete control flow.